Yeah, it's pretty sick. But here it is, man. The expressway in action. The highway in action. This is the beauty. We got to go over it. So this is the ultimate highway layout StarRupture build overview, build guide. Essentially, after beating my head against the wall for many days, I thought to myself, wait, humans created highways to help with traffic. Right. So let's do that with this game. Yes, everyone say hi, YouTube. And as you can see, it works beautifully. Now, we did have a couple of things that we had to tinker and iron out, but I feel pretty confident with this because it doesn't have any issues. And the only issue that I ran into was a closed loop, which I solved with the express highway. So if you're having troubles building in this game, if you're having traffic jams, this is mainly to just prevent total stops and total traffic jams. This is what you need. This is what you're looking for. So you're bringing all the ore in to one corner, and you're funneling your 3 main ores into smelters, right? Now, your smelters are cooking. I'm just doing 4 of each type of main ore. And the way that I have this set up is as the ore drops off into its final smelter, it's re-merging and linking up with the second lane here. So you can kind of just follow this. So now this second lane is calcium and what is remaining from the wolf. And then when the calcium dumps off the its 4, it merges over here and merges up with the titanium, which drops off to the final 4. So out of all of these, right, everything's going right to left with the ore. Out of the furnaces, you're getting all of the blocks, right? And we're producing a lot of stuff right now, so that's why the blocks are coming out slowly, but it will even itself out over time. It always does. So you have all the blocks coming from the wolf, the calcium, and the titanium. Everything is going to left. And out the smelter, you have, we're calling these on-ramps. So these main lines here are highways that you see, and everything coming out of a machine is an on-ramp, and everything going into a machine is an exit ramp, just like a highway. So you have everything going down and having on-ramps, and then it loops around here on the edge and comes back the other way, and now there's exit ramps. So the exit ramps are dumping whatever materials are needed into each machine, into each refiner, whether it's fabricator or furnace, it doesn't matter, right? If it needs the resource, it's going to pull it, because this game deals with a pull system and not a push system. And if it doesn't need the resource, it's just going to keep traveling down the highway. Hence the highway layout. So the materials do this all the way down the highway. If it's needed by a machine, it pulls it. If not, it keeps going down the highway. Then you get over to this side, then the highway wraps around and you restart the entire process. Now you're on the other side of the machines that you just dumped into, and now you have on-ramps. So these materials are merging with on-ramps, merging into the highway. You go all the way down here, and then you can see it moving here. As long as everything just keeps moving, it does a U-turn again and comes back this way, and now you have exit ramps. So I think you kind of get the idea, right? Exit ramp, come down here, loop around, down, on-ramp, come over here, loop around, exit ramp, etc., etc., etc. Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to show off. So first thing, when we finish the ore, there's certain things that require raw ore, like basic building materials. So what we're doing is we're introducing via an on-ramp the chance for raw ore to link up and get into here. Yeah, I guess I can just bring this out. And this will allow raw ore to enter the system. Another thing that we're doing is we want raw ore to be able to bypass, since all the first layers of refinement are just raw bars, right? We want the raw ore to be able to bypass that as well, or anything in this first stage. So we're giving a slight shortcut here on the left, where you can see these bars are kind of skipping this whole first phase, which gets them into position. You can see the highway system full force. Once again, everything keeps moving, and this is all machines pretty much working at maximum capacity, because I'm crafting a fuck ton of stuff right now. So this is actually working very, very well. Now, at the very end, this is the expressway that we put in. At the very end, you're gonna have whatever your last, lines of machine are, and they're going to have this highway that is having the exit ramp to go into these machines if it needs them. So this one is making impellers, and then anything that it doesn't need passes by and goes up here to this upper level, which is the express lane. The express lane goes all the way around. You can see it here, all the way around the top, goes all the way, wraps around through the beginning, and then comes over here to the left side. So let's go back over to here. And over here on the left side, we have two things happening. So the expressway is the way that's up top. We have the helium and the sulfur, which is right below it. And these are feeding up into a splitter on the expressway. So therefore, the helium and the sulfur can enter on the expressway, and then the expressway has exit ramps down onto every single highway system. So this has an exit ramp here. You can see an exit ramp there. You can see an exit ramp there. You can see an exit ramp here. You can see an exit ramp here, and it just keeps loading wherever it needs it. So if any of these machines need helium or any of the ore or any of the recycled materials, it's just going to dump it off directly where it needs it. Because once again, items in this game will take the shortest possible route. So the expressway is giving them a shorter route so they don't have to zigzag all the way there and then come all the way back. Another good thing about this build is at any point, if you see that you're short on something, so like earlier I was checking that machine there and it looked like I was a little bit short on heat resist sinks. What you can do is you're going to have like space, right? You can just start filling space. You can fill space here. You can fill space here. You can fill space here. You can put space anywhere, and you can put any machine. So you can put a fabricator. You can even put a smelter if you really wanted to. You can put whatever you want. And what happens is those materials that you make, they will enter the system and they will just weave their way through, take the expressway if they can, and then they'll come out through the end, and then they'll eventually end up on the expressway where it will circle itself all the way back around and then take the exit ramps off of the expressway into the lanes that they need to do, the highway system that they need to enter. So everything just keeps recycling and taking exit ramps and on ramps and finding whatever machine it needs, and it doesn't matter in what order you put anything. And that's kind of the genius behind the entire build, is because what causes traffic jams and what causes things to completely stop are when you have like intersections or cross sections or fully closed loops where things are just filling up and then cramming and stopping, or if you have too many intersections where too many things are trying to come in all at the same time and then it gets backed up and then stops. But this setup prevents that, and the only thing that would actually prevent a full lockup is if you created like a closed loop or you put way too many materials on it all at once, like just hand fed and dumped everything into the system and then just completely cluttered it. But that's not going to do that organically. So the last issue that I had to deal with is I had the outer circle that was all connected in one big loop, and then I put all these little shortcuts, so items were taking shortcuts in the middle, and what it did is it actually caused all these like little mini closed loops, and it caused the whole thing to stop working. But I pretty much got rid of all that. So you want all these materials to be like going all the way up and then all the way down and then all the way up, because that keeps everything like moving and it gives everything space. But as you can see, right, it's going to be it's always going to be most congested in the beginning because that's where you're producing all this raw ore into blocks. But everything is always moving, nothing jams, and there are no closed loops to be able to completely like traffic stop. The highway system, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. You can also, you'll probably find like many shortcuts yourself, and you'll probably be able to make things smoother in your own way. But I think this is a good base. I don't really see like a better way to run factories in this game because of the way that the push-pull system works.